Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of Top to Bottom. In today's episode, we are going to be looking at the new Charli XCX album, How I'm Feeling Now. I was put onto Charli XCX through her last album named Charli. Of course, I saw that Anthony Fantano reviewed the album very positively, and I decided to check out this album for myself, and I thought it was pretty good. And so when I saw that she put out a new album, I was intrigued. I decided to give it a listen and felt like maybe I should review it for a video. If you guys are new to this series, what I do is I take an album, I go through each song and rank the worst song to the best song in my opinion, and at the end of the video I will give you guys a score of what I thought of the overall album. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. There are 11 songs on the album, and at the 11th spot we have I Finally Understand. The first thing I want to mention is that I love the bouncy instrumental kicking this song off. This is also probably the simplest song on the album in terms of the way that it's put together, with its very basic verse, chorus, structure. The singing on the verses is quite nice, and on top of that the chorus is pretty catchy. I like all the different sort of vocal chops and skips that are going on there. However, I will say that in my personal opinion, this song is a little bit too subtle for its own good. I will still say that I think this is a decent song, it's just I'm not very excited when it comes on. In the number 10 spot, we have 7 Years. This song is about Charli's relationship. She basically talks about how happy she is. The chorus on this song is just alright for me, however I will say that when you dive into the lyrics you can tell that it is really sweet. The second verse is similar, although I will say that I enjoy it a lot more, and once again when you look at the lyrics you can tell that it's really sweet, it's very loving. My favorite part about this song is actually the outro, as it becomes a lot more subtle in tone, and I believe it is a really good ending to this song. In the number 9 spot, we have Party For You. This is actually the longest song on the album, spanning at 4 minutes and 57 seconds. The chorus is what kicks off the entire track, and it is really catchy, and it has some really nice singing from Charli on it. The verses are sung really nicely as well, and when it comes to the general theme of them, they are sort of similar to 7 Years in the sense that they talk about love. One thing I will say that I don't like about this song is that I thought that the break was a little bit redundant. The bridge and the outro though are really nice. I feel like the production really stands out. In the number 8 spot we have C 2.0. The first thing that stood out to me on this one is the crazy distorted production at the beginning of the song. This song is basically Click Part 2 from her previous album Charli. This song is quite repetitive, but that actually doesn't stop me from enjoying it. The way the vocals are pitched up at certain points in the song is really nice. The beat that introduces itself while we go into the verses is really nice as well. It's really funky. Overall, I would just consider this another really solid song to the track list. In the number 7 spot, we have Anthems. I can already tell you off the bat that this is going to be the festival song. The beat for one on this is aggressive and loud. The chorus sounds like it would fit perfectly at like a rave or something. And I can very confidently say that this very well might be a hit. And while personally I'm not into festivals and such, I still think this song is pretty good and it has a lot of energy. While yes, I'm probably not going to be as crazy over this song as a lot of other people who are more into like party scenes and such, I still like it. In the number 6 spot, we have Claws. The production on this song is actually really cute, and it fits really well with Charli's singing. The one gripe I have with this track is that I feel like the chorus is a little bit underwhelming. It is just a tad bit too repetitive for me. The verses are really nice though. The ending though has a bridge that is really choppy and a synth covered bassy outro, which I just love. In the number 5 spot, we have Enemy. The first verse on this song is a really great build up to the chorus, and I love the production on Charli's vocals. I also think that this song has one of the best choruses on the whole album. It's really catchy and it's just overall beautiful. The production on this song generally is quite simple, nothing too crazy until the post-chorus where things get a little bit more intense. After that, we have the bridge, which is a lot more stripped back, but I actually think that's a pretty good thing. And following that, we have the chorus once again. In the number 4 spot, I have Detonate. The production on this song is really pretty. It sounds very airy and free. The singing on the verses is really nice. I specifically like how the auto-tune sounds on Charli's vocals on the second verse. The chorus is pretty nice too, as Charli is talking about some of her insecurities. My favorite part though is actually the outro that features this really choppy but emotionally gorgeous beat over it. In the number 3 spot, we have Visions. I consider this a really nice closer to the album. Some of my favorite singing from Charli actually lands on this song. The pre-chorus sets things up really nicely for the chorus itself, which is explosive. Once again, this is another song that is going to do really, really well at concerts and at festivals. On top of that, the production is so infectious and head-bopping. Overall, I just love how intense and relentless this track is. It is like I am being attacked by the instrumental. In the number 2 spot, we have Forever. I think this is a great follow-up to the previous track, which was Pink Diamond. I love the distorted revving up sound at the beginning of this song. As we transition into the first verse, however, the song starts to sound really sweet. I'm really digging the pre-chorus and the chorus itself on this song. It sounds very cloudy, and then on top of that, added to the mix are these really, really nice synths. My favorite part is actually the break, where the production just completely blows up, and it is incredible with these really sad tones to go with it. We also get an outro to the song, which in my opinion puts the track to rest very nicely. And finally, at the number 1 spot, we have the intro, Pink Diamond. This is an absolutely fantastic way to start off this album. From the jump, the very beginning of this album, we get this catchy and bassy chorus. Starting from the first verse, we get this really weird, industrial, Death Grips-like production, and things really go crazy during the second chorus. There are so many crazy sound effects just plastered all over this beat. I also really love Charli's delivery on this song. It's so cold. Similar to what Charli is saying in the actual song, this track goes so hard and overall is just crazy good. So yeah, that has been my list for this episode of Top to Bottom on How I'm Feeling Now by Charli XCX. As you can tell, I quite enjoyed this album. In fact, I will actually say that there was not a single track on this album that I disliked. However, I will say, even though there wasn't a single track that I straight up disliked, there were songs that I liked way more than others. The reason I want to say that is because when you guys hear that I didn't dislike a single song in the album, you guys might think that I'm going to score this album super high, but that's actually not going to be the case. Yes, every single song on here I liked to a certain extent, but there were songs that I thought were incredibly fantastic, and then there were other songs that I just thought were, you know, okay. But still, with that being said, I very much enjoyed this album. I thought it was really, really solid. Really enjoyable. Charli singing all over this album is really, really good. The production as well for a pop album really stands out. I did have my gripes. There were definitely moments on this album that did not land with me and really took away from certain songs. But as I said, there wasn't a single song that I outright disliked, just songs that I liked more than others. So with that being said, in terms of scoring the album, I'm going to give this a 7.5. I really enjoyed this album. I'm going to continue to listen to it, and who knows, maybe it will grow on me even more. With that being said, if you guys have listened to this album, what do you think of it? If you haven't listened to this album, I recommend you go ahead and listen, as it's not really that long. It's only 37 minutes in length. Leave all of your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say. Is this going to be one of your favorite albums of the year, or was it not really for you? Did you not really enjoy it? All opinions are welcome, and I'm really looking forward to reading yours. Thank you very much for watching this video. How I'm Feeling Now, Charli XCX, top to bottom, finished. So yeah guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you smack the like button. If you want to stay up to date with my content, please be sure to subscribe. I'll have my last video in the corner. If you haven't checked that out already, definitely make sure to check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.